While the Nigerian government says it does not know those bankrolling the Boko Haram terrorists, with insinuations and allegations in past and recent times, the recent news that the United Arab Emirates convicted certain foreign sponsors whom have been solidly behind the activities of the Boko Haram insurgents, and which has prolonged the fight against the non-state actors, could not have come at a better time for Nigerians.
We don't know their sponsors, and even if we know, even if it's possible for the country or for not the team, the operations team to know, they will be tracked, they will be traced. We have the arm of the intelligence vision said I should do that, and I should be the National Intelligence Agency, the DSS. For we, the military, yes. We are permanently in the operation field, in the trenches, if there are trenches, and in the front lines.
This breakthrough by the United Arab Emirates comes at a time when the Nigerian government has committed itself to further grant amnesty and reintegrate repentant Boko Haram insurgents into their immediate communities. 6 Nigerians have been convicted by an Abu Dhabi Court of Appeal in the United Arab Emirates for funding the dreaded terror group. The conviction was upheld by the appellate court after a lower court in the UAE had earlier found them guilty. Reports say Suraju Abubakar, Mohammed, and Saleh Yusuf Adamu were sentenced to life imprisonment for joining, aiding and abetting the terror group knowingly, an action which goes contrary to Article 22/2 of the United Arab Emirates Federal Anti-Terrorism Law No. 7 of 2017, and is punishable by death or life imprisonment. Their accomplices, who are Ibrahim Ali Al-Hassan, Abdurrahman Ado Musa, Bashir Ali Yusuf, and Muhammad Ibrahim Isa, were sentenced to 10 years behind bars. The punishment for their conviction, as contained under Article 31, Clause 1, is life imprisonment or at least 5 years in jail. They were apprehended in 2017 and a search for their home was conducted by law enforcement agents. Between 2015 and 2016, documents from the court revealed that the convicted persons had a hand in cash transfer to the tune of $782,000 to Boko Haram, an action that negates the provisions of Article 29, Clause 3 of the United Arab Emirates Federal Anti-Terrorism Law No. 7 of 2017. Investigations, according to the National Security Bureau, revealed that the convicts were partners with the sect, which had wreaked havoc in parts of the country and taken the northeast as their enclave.
If we can get how these groups are sponsored, if we can nip it in the bud, I think a lot of we will save a lot of lives of our security forces that are being deployed to the theater of operation, because by so doing, we will disarm the terrorist groups, we disarm their insurgency before it starts, because it is because of funding, their sources of funding, the availability of funding that is making them have access to logistics, to procurement, to recruitment, and to all the kind of psyop they are doing there, and media, and whatsoever thing they are doing out there.
What appears more worrisome and sinister about this revelation is the fact that investigations reveal the transactions made to Boko Haram were carried out by loyalists of the sect who are resident in Nigeria, who are Alhaji Sahidu and Alhaji Ashiru. Alhaji Ashiru is said to be a government official who has in time past allegedly channeled public funds to terrorists. The tweet by the chairman Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Mrs. Abike Dabiri Erewa, reads in part, "They can approach the Supreme Court if they so desire, as we continue to appeal to Nigerians all over the world to desist from crime and criminality." The case had been in court since 2015. End of quote. One would expect that with the information in public domain, the identity of the government official would have been revealed. But up till this time of filing this report, their visual identity remains a mystery. Some have said on social media, which was gathered by Roots TV, who is the government official? Where are their photographs and details? what is good for the goose should be good for the gander. Alhaji Sahidu's mode of operation is said to be the use of unknown Arabians on a trip to Dubai from Turkey, who then hand over US dollars to the convicted persons, who proceeds to pay an equivalent of the money in Nigerian currency to the insurgents. It should no longer be surprising how these people get sophisticated weapons, vehicles, machinery, food, water, fuel to continue to thrive in their heinous act, despite the fact that the government ordered the closure of all land borders.
There's a political coloration to everything that is going on about this Boko Haram thing. You heard about the people that are just sentenced on Monday in United, and they mentioned some government officials that are culpable in the funding. Who are they? Why have the Nigerian state tried to play politics, not having the political goodwill to name the names, to arrest whosoever that? It's not a new thing that we are hearing, that there are some politicians that are culpable, that are also influencing, and that are sympathetic to the causes of this group. So it be also, you heard what our Minister for Justice said. Oh, we are trying to look at it. Since 2017, this case has been on, these people have been on trial.
In 2014, during the administration of the former president Goodluck Jonathan, former governor of the now troubled and ravaged Borno State Alimadu Sheriff, and former army chief Azubike Ihejirika were accused by an Australian hostage negotiator, Stephen Davis, of being sponsors of the Boko Haram sect. The allegation was swiftly denied by Alimadu Sheriff, and the Nigerian government did nothing to either prove or disprove the accusations made by the Australian negotiator. Perhaps the reason why this cannot happen could be the ties Alimadu Sheriff has with those at the corridors of power. He is an in-law to President Muhammadu Buhari, and putting the Nigerian factor into consideration, this perhaps hampered the move to probe and investigate the two-term governor of Borno State. This question, if the Nigerian nation is truly ready, or the government, which some opine could be aware of the root cause of the entire problem, could be playing to the gallery, considering the pardon, rehabilitation, and reintegration of ex-Boko Haram fighters. Cross-section of Nigerians say those handling the machineries of government know where the root of the problem lies, and there might not be a headway to ever see an end to the decade-long activities of the insurgents.
Allahu Akbar!